Alright, hello nobody, welcome back to me at least talking about video games. If you don't know, Breath of the Wild is my favorite game of all time, and the main theme to that game is absolutely amazing. So I got the idea to listen to every other main theme from the Legend of Zelda series, and just rank them. But only the mainstream titles, because some of the spin-off games are not good, and I just don't want to open that Pandora's box. And if you haven't subscribed, do it because it would really help me out, and let's get right into the video. The first Zelda theme is probably one of the most iconic gaming themes of all time. It really puts you in the state of excitement and sets up an adventure really well. Even though it repeats itself over and over again, I don't think that this theme will ever get old. In other words, it's a very simple but effective main theme, an obvious S tier. The next game, The Adventure of Link, I don't think has a very good main theme. The melody, I think, moves just too much, and it being an up-tempo piece, it just sounds kind of rushed. For me, there's a point in music when something embellishes too much over a long period of time that it just doesn't really sound like anything anymore. And unfortunately, at points, this piece falls into that trap. I think I'll put it into B tier because I don't hate it, but I think it missed its opportunity to be amazing. A Link to the Past theme is just an updated version of the original Zelda theme, which sounds pretty good. While the sound is still limited by the technology at the time, it sounds a lot better than the Adventures of Link. The percussion is less harsh than the original, and the melody has a softer sound. I also really like that you can hear the harmony much more. There's so much fun stuff happening behind the melody that it's just really cool to hear. My only gripes are that the cymbals are extremely cut off, and I think that this music could have been a little more creative instead of copying the original sound for sound. Otherwise, solid A tier. I think that A Link's Awakening theme is a nice middle ground between the original theme and the Adventures of Link. It stays true to the original, keeping up the sense of adventure that you feel while listening to it, but adds its own flair to spice up the listening a bit. The sounds are limited, but I really appreciate that there's no percussion and the bass line acts as the tempo keeper. I've never been a fan of the percussion when it's unlimited software, so the changes save my ears a lot of pain. I want to put this below A Link to the Past just because the sounds are worse, but I'll put it above because I like the creativity of this theme. Okay, so this is where the main theme kind of changes because in 3D Zelda titles there really isn't an overworld theme except in one case. Rather, I'll rate the title themes because those are usually what people associate with the games. A perfect start is the Ocarina of Time title theme, and man, this is a beautiful piece. It's a very nice change from the very adventurous overworld themes to a really calming sound. While it doesn't put you in the mood for adventure, this puts you in the mood to sit back and play a beautiful game. I also may like this a lot because I love Zelda and chill, but nonetheless, this is an automatic S tier. Majora's Mask melodically and structure-wise is very good, but the genius comes in the last 30 seconds. The beginning feels like you're in your hometown, you know, it feels curious and nostalgic at the same time, like you've lived here all your life, but you just kind of want to see what's happening around town. And then it just hits ya. Like, the last 30 seconds are extremely sinister and completely different from the start of the song. I'm not gonna lie, it actually did scare me the first time listening to this song. It does its job setting up one of the darkest Zelda games of all time. A tier. By Oracle of Ages, I'm just getting really tired of the original theme. Like, it's really good and all, but I've just heard it too many times now. I don't know, it's okay. The variation is somewhat cool, but that high note really hurts my ears. Simply put, Oracle of Ages just goes in C tier for lack of creativity and for the safety of my eardrums. And yeah, Oracle of Seasons is just an echo fighter of Oracle of Ages, so also C tier. Four Swords, while having the same melody as the original theme, still has a really good title theme. This is because it has a much slower pace and has more of a focus on the notes. I've always been a big fan of hearing the harmony and the bass line, and you could really hear this in this song. I mean, it still is a copy, so I'm going to have to take away a couple points because of that, but overall, it introduces great variations. I would say a low A tier. Wind Waker, the game that I've watched the most but never played. But it has a really good title theme. First, let me talk about the instruments. So, the main instrument is a very windy instrument. Like, instead of a sound coming out of something like a trumpet, you can really hear the air come out of this instrument. This being a game about sailing on the wind, I really think it fits that theme really well. The melody itself enacts the same emotion of adventure as the original overworld theme, but adds a feeling of curiosity. Like, instead of going out on an epic battle, we're exploring, which fits this game so well. A tier. Alright, I'm just not even going to talk about the Minish Cap. It is just bad. It just has the same theme as the original Zelda, and that just came out so long ago that you just need something new. The Minish Cap is such a unique Zelda title, but then you add a main theme that's just been used over and over and over again. D tier. I just don't want to talk about it. Twilight Princess still has the same notes as the original Zelda theme, but changes something up that I really like. The beginning sets a very good scene of, yeah, this is a Zelda game because it has the same notes as the original theme, but then uses a very ominous tone while singing just to set up the theme of the game. Like, just like in Majora's Mask, this theme sets a tone for what you're about to play. A tier. Phantom Hourglass has a very adventurous sound, and I like it a lot, but I cannot get over the similarities to the Great Sea. The Great Sea is one of my favorite Zelda themes, and I've used it in many of my videos. Hearing this, I always get really disappointed because I just want the Great Sea. Like, the bassline is exactly the same. It's an amazing bassline, but it's so much better when it's on the Great Sea. I honestly am being really salty, and if I never heard the Great Sea, this would be an A tier, but it's so close that I just cannot get over it. B tier. So, Spirit Tracks actually has an overworld theme, so I'm just going to use that instead of the title theme, mostly because I like the overworld theme so much more than the title theme, but what are you going to do? I'm the one making the video. It also just happens to be that the overworld theme is one of my favorite Zelda songs, so I am a bit biased here, but again, what are you going to do about it? I don't know why, but when I hear this song, I really think that I'm going somewhere with the wind blowing in my hair, racing to my next destination, which fits the game perfectly. Like, I love the bass line and I love the melody so much. I can't really explain why, but this song makes me feel free, which I love feeling. I love feeling like I can do anything and that the only obstacle in my way is the choice to do it or not. The best part about this is when you're listening to this, you don't feel alone. And I know it's a weird thing to say, but it feels like you're going on an adventure with your friends, making memories and reflecting on other good times you had with them. The song also changes so much from a very energetic to a very calm, just happy vibe. This song is absolutely amazing, and it is really hard to express in words why I love this song so much. SS tier. Skyward Sword is a game that I really don't know much about, just that people hated the motion controls and stamina wheel. But the title theme is an amazing composition. It feels epic, it's flying, because I literally think they put wind sound effects in the song. It feels sentimental, it feels sincere, it frankly is very beautiful and I quite like it. But at the end of the day, it's exactly what I would expect a Zelda theme to be, and after years of innovation after innovation, the theme just becomes a little generic. Though it just might be because I just listened to Spirit Tracks, so I'll put this at a strong A tier. A Link Between Worlds has a very weird title theme. It has sound effects in it and a very apprehensive ending. I don't really have much to say about it because it's so short, but it's cool, I guess. B tier. Triforce Heroes has the best type of weird title themes. It's a very odd game in the Zelda series, and I think that's why this theme fits so well. The main instrument is something that you don't hear a lot, and it's really cool to have. Being a game that you can play with your friends, it's bound to be very chaotic, and mainly this theme represents that side of the game. I think that this is one of the most unique Zelda titles. A tier. Breath of the Wild, my favorite game of all time, has the perfect main theme for a game like this. It's very simple and not too many things going on at once at the beginning, which is beautiful because the game literally starts you off with just admiring the scenery. The second part is absolutely amazing as well. It really starts to feel like we're being set off on an adventure. It feels like the feeling you get when you find a new shrine, defeat a new enemy, or find a new item. It feels like everything that's good in this game, and I love it. This theme embodies its game the best out of every single main Zelda game that Nintendo has released. S tier. So there you go, my rankings of all the main title Zelda themes. And I'm sorry about my voice, I still am a little bit sick and I had to post a video, so I can't really do anything about that. Also, I just want to remind you again to subscribe because that would really help me out. So yeah, thank you nobody for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.